Good morning. Welcome to Tax Tutor School. This is Christina. We're back at it again. Today we're going to do 1099 R's. 1099 R's. And the ones that I'm going to ask you are very specific. 1, 2A, 2B, 4, and 7. 1 is the initial gross distribution. I can't talk today. 1 is the gross distribution. I'm going to stop doing that. 2 is taxable amount. 2B, taxable amount not determined. 4, federal income tax withheld. And 7, distribution codes. And in box 7, you'll notice that there's a smaller box on the 1099-R that says IRA, SEP, and simple. You will learn those as you go, but today we're going to throw some numbers out there. Number 1, gross distribution. That's usually the first initial amount that you will have. Won't be the last because you have the state at the bottom with the amounts. 2 is taxable amount. How much is that gross distribution's taxable amount? How much is it going to be? Where is it going to go? How much is it going to stand? Yeah, I have way too much stuff behind me, so don't get distracted. I need to rearrange my office today. Anyway, so let's go to 2B, taxable amount not determined. So if you have a gross distribution and there's no taxable amount on there, what does that mean? I mean, what does it mean, really? Taxable amount not determined. Did they not put a taxable amount yet in there? So if I can stop being fidgety long enough, this is also training for me. By 2025, our company is going to be completely virtual. And I get so nervous when I'm online. I'm afraid I'm going to mess up or be human. And a lot of people are telling me, just be me. So, but the thing is, you get 20 minutes to host this for now. After I get 50 viewers, I'm able to go up to 30 minutes. So it really depends on you guys. I need you to pull in. I need you to listen, because I know there are people out there struggling the way I was. I know there's people out there who don't understand a lot of this. Also, the box codes. We're going to get there. So box number 4 is federal income tax withheld. And so, was there any federal income tax withheld from the gross distribution? Generally, there is. Generally, it would be, say, if they had a $2,000 gross distribution and had $300 withheld, that federal income tax withheld is going to go somewhere. So then we're going to move on to distribution codes, box 7. So box 7 is instructions for the recipient what to put into the 1099-R. It tells you all the things that I just told you. Box 2B, 3, 4, 5, blah, 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 6. Let's move on to the codes. So box 7, number 1, early distribution, no known exception, in most cases under age 59 and a half. Then we're talking a brand new story there. Box number 2, early distribution. Exemption applies under age 59 and a half. Let's keep an eye on the age limits, because it'll tell you as you're filling out and putting it into whatever software that you're using, to be careful with that age. Because if you had, say, like if this 1099-R was Dana, which we're going to get to, was my age, 56, would that make a difference? Yeah, it would. It would make a difference. If you're 59 and a half and over, there's going to be more stipulations with what you need to do with the 1099-R. So again, let's go to the box codes. Number 3, disability. Number 4, death. Number 5, prohibited transaction. Number 6, Section 1035 exchange, a tax-free exchange of a life insurance annuity. 7, normal distribution. 8, excess contributions, plus earnings and deferrals taxable in 2021. Now remember, 2021 and 2022 are going to be way out there because a lot of some of the tax laws have changed, like with child tax credit, thresholds. But remember, when you're studying for your test is not going to be on the new era. It's not going to be for 2021 tax year. It's going to be for 2020. When I took my ITC, my level of training was 2019. So 2021 will be 2020. 2022 will be 2021. So even though you're learning all this stuff for ITC, remember to try and learn a few things about the new tax laws. Make sure the tax updates are done, especially the new ones with the PPP, Personal Protective Program, and Personal Paycheck Program, and with the CTC, the Child Tax Credit, EIC, Earned Income Credit. All of these are going to be kind of fluctuating a little bit with the new tax year. So let's go to 9. Cost of current life insurance protection. And then we get into letters. A, may be eligible for 10-year tax option. See Form 4972. I can tell you a lot of these I didn't even see last year. So there were some that I did. So don't freak out. Don't say, I'm never going to understand this, because, you know, what I've been really realizing is that it's going to take me 100 years to learn everything. And you know what? I'm not expected to learn all of this in 2-3 years. I mean, you can level up to a master, but take some of the smaller classes. Take the itemized deductions. Take the new Schedule C. I'm still kind of playing around with that because it's difficult. The changes to the American Care Act, changes to some of the new acts, but you know, that's a step that you will learn after a couple of years. It's not something that you're expected to know your first year, but just play around with it. I mean, you don't have to finish it. Just take a look at what it is. Take a look and say, okay, this is out that I'm going to have to learn eventually. Then archive it, and then pull it up from time to time and look at it. Get a refresher. So I'm going to jump in. We're already 10 minutes into this. And again, with the 1099-R, you're going to get this. The 1099 retirement, they're not that difficult to do. On your software, it's going to tell you to type it in, the 1099-R, and then you put in the information that your client has handed you. I don't know what software or company you'll be using for, but I can tell you that most of the softwares are going to tell you to fill in whatever number you're filling in. But with box code 7, make sure if there's something there that you put it in. And also the little box beside it, IRA, SEP, or simple. And it'll tell you on the form that the client handed you if it's there or not. So we'll do that. So today's scenario, and I'm going to post this on my Facebook. I didn't do last week's. Had a couple family emergencies and couldn't really do anything. So I'm going to do some catching up tonight. But the new scenario is Dana Cloud has 2 children, ages 4, daughter named Connie, and 7, son named Chevin. Her wages are $57,000. Now she's a single mom, and there's a lot of you guys out there who are going to be asking this question: how much child tax credit would she receive at the end of the year if she opted out of her payments? Now keep in mind the children are 4 and 7. Okay, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to reread this. And I'm going to slow down a little bit because for you, I might be talking too fast for some. So Dana Cloud is a single mom, has 2 children, ages 4, daughter Connie, and Chevin, age 7. Her wages are $57,000. Does she qualify for the child tax credit? There's a question right there. How much child tax credit would she receive at the end of the year if she does qualify? Or she opted out of the payments? Would she get it all back at the end of the year? Or would she only get what she took out during the year? Say like Chevin, for example, is 7. Is there a set amount that Chevin would receive? Or Connie, who being age 4, is there a set amount that he would receive? So would there be a different set off than the regular amount? Something to think about. And yes, Terry. Yes, I will post it. I started a Facebook group, same name. My name is School Tutoring Itc. This is my name. And that's how you can find me on Facebook. It's an open group. Right now I only have 6 people because I just started it. I still haven't set up Twitter yet, but I'll be on Twitter soon. Like I said, I'm all over Facebook. I got more and more people I'm adding every day and a lot of followers. You guys are welcome to be a follower if you don't want to add to the group. I'm okay with that. I've already got 6 people added permanently, and I've got over 100 followers. So if you guys want to follow me, that's cool. A lot of people don't like adding groups, but I think this is an important one for you to add if you're in training. I'm still in training. According to my mentor, my tutor, I'm going to be in training for a while because every year there's something new. Like this year, the standard deductions are going to be higher. Last year it was $24,800. I believe this year, I don't have it in front of me, but I believe for married filing jointly, it's $25,100, something like that, some weird number. But last year was $24,800, so everything seems to change or want to change. The taxes go up every year, so every year you will need to learn the new amount. Again, that's where the desk card, and let me grab this, I got all these books over here. Desk card 2021. Got mine already on the IRS.gov website. It's good to have. They've already got it out. So let's see. There's important dates in here. Partnership dates, coronavirus tax relief deadlines, and it just goes on from there. I mean, there's quite a few. So let's take a look. So if you're single, it says 12,400, but I believe that number went up. This is 2020, filing requirements and standard deductions. That number has changed, so be careful with that. And I don't know why this is 2020. I'm going to go back and get that because I know it's different because it went up. So, earned income tax credit, Schedule EIC, the phase out, published 12/3. This is also 2020. I'm wondering if they're going to merge the two together. So, it says the maximum credit is the smallest of, I know this has changed because it says additional child tax credit, that'll stay the same. But adoption credits are going to be different. There's going to be a lot of different than what it's giving me here. So I'm going to go back and take a look at that. But because it shows you for the earned income tax credit, also known as EIC, the earned income credit, one qualifying child is $3,584. We know that's not right. We know it's $3,600, I believe. Then it tells you the numbers, the thresholds, and so forth. And then lifetime learning credits, 59,000, 69,000, and then the thresholds. Non-business energy property credit from Form 5695. I'm having trouble speaking today. But, you know, another thing is to keep an eye open for solar power. I got a few solar powers I did last year, and it was really interesting. This gentleman up in the mountains did his whole entire roof in solar powered, and he had everything perfectly laid out. I mean, it was like 1, 2, 3. You're not always going to get that. But again, something's that big, make sure that you have a mentor or an elder helping you with this. I used to get Schedule C's when I first started. That's a whole different ballgame. But when I first started it, I didn't really understand it, so I would wait and I would get assistance from my elders and mentors. But then we started getting so busy that what I would do is I would go back and reflect on one that I did or one that was done so I would understand it. And then once I completed it, I wouldn't send it through. I would send the customer and say, well, this is what we're going to get. But at the end, I wouldn't complete it until the mentor actually got time to take a look at it. Until you feel comfortable actually completing. And your first 21, say your first 20, you should not complete without a mentor at all. If you do it, and see, next week we're going to get into, on Thursday, we're going to get into what's called due diligence. And I believe due diligence is important. Due diligence. You're going to hear this word all the time. And why is that? Because you can be fined as a tax person for not complying with the due diligence. Now, say like Dana Cloud, who's a single mom, has 2 children. Well, what if she doesn't have custody of those kids? What if the husband has custody? What do you do? What if she has no way of proving that these kids lived with her for 12 months? Is there a divorce decree? Is there anything kind of decree that you can prove that Dana Cloud has full custody of these kids? That she took care of them for a full year. They were in her home for 12 months. Is she divorced? So make sure you're looking at that. When she fills it out, as she puts up there, she's still married, but she's filing single, then you have a whole different new ball game to look at. Because, say for example, Dana Cloud's husband, let's give him a name here, David. Let's call him David. Say if David had custody of the kids for 8 months and he wants to file for the child tax credit, would he be able to? Oh, I'm over my 20 minutes. But that, you know what? That's okay. I'm going to post some of these questions to my Facebook group. Again, the Facebook group is Tax School Tutoring ITC. And I'm sorry I have trouble looking at the camera. I don't know why. I don't know. It's just something that I'm going to have to work on. And I think I need a bigger space because I'm kind of confined in a room. So I think on Thursday I might open up the kitchen and maybe do it there. Maybe I'll have more room. So anyway, you guys have a good day. And if I talk too fast, ask me questions. Ask me all kinds of questions. I'm okay. If I can't give you the answer, I will get the answer. If I can't give you a strong point, I will find you the strong point. You don't have to go through the taxing alone. This is new territory, and we will get it, and I will help you understand it. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. Terry, follow me on Facebook, please. Jamie, come on. All right. You guys have a good day. See you Thursday.